Like,
Pies. People pies.
people pies for the cannibals in need. Oh, God. But yeah, I think if you have a hard time resisting, I think you need to like practice some sort of like self-control things. Meditation. That's always a good option.
Yeah, or you can become the pie maker and you can have all the pies you
You
want.
steal their business model. Steal
Yeah.
their business model just so you can overcome that. I have a question for you, Gunnar. Because I've always thought about this thing, because people always say everyone should work in, like, the service industry once. Like, customer service, food service, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I think about food service, I thought I wouldn't want to do food service because I'd be too tempted to eat things. Now, that may just be my lack of self-control, but I'm wondering if you have, like, the same thoughts, like, running through your head as me.
I don't have any thoughts running through my head. I just act. I don't think, you know.
Yeah. I've noticed,
Another poem here.
No, stop it! Edgar Allan Poe is really just rolling over in his grave this episode.
Edgar Allan Poe. Next bit.
I want to leave. I want to leave the recording studio. You know,
Yeah, that one was embarrassing.
We are
That one
here-
was, like, you should cut that, Mr. Yip.
Don't do that. Let
also-
everyone know his shame.
Also, there is not an SD card in the thing, so Ezra got an SD card, so if we're overriding someone else's footage, I guess maybe footage.
Man, this guy doesn't know his technical words. Oh,
it is what it is, you know, because this podcast is like, if this were to not exist, I think Providence would sink into the ground. We are fulfilling a decades-old, like, deal with the devil or
Yeah, it's
something.
preventing sinkholes.
Yeah.
We are the only, like, we're the supporting pillar of Providence.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah. So, I think that's all we have to comment on for Sweeney Todd. I personally love it. If you love it, check it out. There are a few good versions just scattered around. I've seen a lot of versions as of late. Like, Brown University did one, now we're doing one. Just like a lot of stuff in general. Trinity Rep did one.
I know.
Yeah.
We did see that together. we did both see that one.
Gunnar, I'd like to point out that we are technically talking to like a third person in this
I
sense.
know, but it's very it's very funny from my perspective. Moving on.
Just making like light of no one being here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do you ever realize that, like, if that was not on, we'd literally be talking to ourselves?
That would just be talking to each other.
But we're talking to each other for an audience. But if the audience wasn't there, it would be like having a stage performance in front of a brick wall. You
I
know?
love this idea of like two comedians talking and they're just like, hey, could you imagine if we were doing comedy for an audience, but the audience wasn't there? Like
Wait a minute. That sounds like a great idea.
that sounds like an avant-garde performance art piece. I love it.
We can call it Conversations.
Someone's just locked in a brick box and they're just performing comedy.
Mhm.
You just hear from like across the room, and they're just like screaming.
Mhm.
I love that. New senior project just dropped. All right, next question.
Of course.
Okay, this next one comes from Emma Bissonette. I probably shouldn't have said their full name.
And they live on
Social Security number being. Let's go to Clean Air just for that. Okay. This next one comes from Emma B. Please cast live-action Ratatouille. My favorite movie ever. Me, Emma, this is my opinion. I love Ratatouille and I want to see it more.
We tried, but the rats would not cooperate.
It's too difficult.
And just something about health code violations,
I feel like I do want to do this. I feel like this is a fun activity for the podcast. You want to do this?
do a live act.
No, like cast it, theoretically.
Cast it?
Yeah.
What?
Just be like, oh yeah, I'd have this person be this person. Have you not seen any of those?
To be honest, I saw Ratatouille when I was like 5 and not seen it since.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up.
But Danny DeVito would be in the movie. It's in some way. Danny DeVito would be. Maybe he would be. All I remember was there was that mean chef guy.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm thinking? I think he wouldn't even be cast in the movie. He would just be like,
He would just be an extra.
No, he would be on set, not realizing that they were filming, and he just like shows up and he looks at the camera and is like, oh,
Yeah, every single scene of the movie just has him eating something in the background.
It's just something different each time. The first letter of each food is like a cipher for everything. Yeah. So I'm just gonna like list off people. I'm thinking for the main character, Remy Ratatouille, that's his name. I'm thinking that we have him played by the rat from Harry Potter. that Ron had. What was his name? Like Squeakies? Or it was something different. It was like a lump. Lump the rat.
Okay. Who are famous people?
For the Chef Linguini, the one named after the least best pasta.
Chef Linguini.
It's even sad to say Linguini. Like, it sounds like giving up. I'm thinking for him, I think it's going to be like, it would need to be in like 10 years, but I'm thinking the guy who played Dustin in Stranger Things. You know that guy?
That guy for Chef Linguini.
Could you imagine him?
Yeah, also, can I be honest?
Yeah.
Man, gonna be honest, the Mind Flare thing, the naming conventions for the villains in Stranger Things makes no sense, and the show's just kind of stinky. That's my hot take, and I have not listened to any Taylor Swift, but I for some reason have strong opinions about it.
Note that this is coming from two people who play D&D regularly.
Yeah.
More on the first thing, I don't think D&D and Taylor Swift have much correlation.
Yeah, well, it's funny, because I feel like, okay, I have listened to a couple Taylor Swift songs, but those are all on the radio, and I didn't like any of them. So maybe all of her music I actually do like, I just have yet to listen to it.
Gunnar has
maybe
listened to all of Taylor Swift's discography and just can't discern them from each other. Just like, that one really long song that's like 18 out, not a fan.
It just went on for too long.
Yeah, I thought it had too many things. You just think it's like one long version of like Bohemian Rhapsody where it has like the different sections.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Okay, so what was our question again?
But yes, I do have a strong opinion on the discography. Okay, why am I still on this point?
You know what I think?
Hold me away from this.
I think just because of this, we should have Taylor Swift be the purple-haired chef.
I thought you were gonna say, just for this, Gunnar, I'm getting Taylor Swift on the podcast.
Look who
come out of here.
Oh, that's perfect.
And then Taylor Swift just comes in and sits down.
Just like, what is this? What have you dragged me to? I'm just like, welcome! And she's like, can I go home? And like, no!
Can we email Taylor Swift? Everyone email Taylor Swift
if there's
until she responds.
If there's a way to link this podcast episode and email it to Taylor Swift so she will join us for this specifically.
Yeah,
please.
Okay. If we get Taylor Swift, I will listen to every single Taylor Swift song.
That is your promise?
Yes.
I feel like it needs to be something a bit more. Like, if we get Taylor...
I will do a cartwhol.
Oh, like a
on the podcast, I'll do a cartwheel.
If we get Taylor Swift to come here, I will, I will share a list of who I, am most likely to murder in the next 5 years. I have a note stock full of them.
I know, Ezra. You need to stop showing me it. It's making me uncomfortable.
Gunnar is the only one I trust with the information, but I'm just so desperate to share it that I keep
do you want to know who's one of the best Rhode Island artists? The Huntress and Holder of Hands. Everyone should listen to her music. It's very good.
This is really the shout-out episode, isn't it?
This is a shout-out episode.
Okay, if we're doing this, and I feel like I want to shout out some things.
Yes.
I recently went to a really great concert with the Happy Fits. They're a great band. I'm wearing one of their sweatshirts right now, and they do...
Oh, I was so confused by it. I was like, are you saying that the Fit's happy today?
I label each of my outfits
like happy, sad.
No, one of them just malaise. Like... Oh, yeah, okay.
Modernity.
What?
I'm not entirely sure what that word means. It's just very... Yeah. Primeval.
Each day they get more and more advanced in the vocabulary.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's like, and the really sad food critic is just gonna be Gordon Ramsay, because why not? Okay, next question. This next one comes from, Selena. I can never pass my 3-month blood test.
What? Wait, like, you mean like you're...
Wait a minute, because...
You don't have enough blood?
Wait a minute, no, I read this wrong. They put, I can never pass my 3-month test. I googled a 3-month test because I didn't know what it meant, and it said the A1C test, also known as the